Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School.
欢迎来到 Enjoy 英语学院
I'm Stevie.
And I'm Laurie.
Today we are looking at part 2 of our business English lesson called Dealing with a Customer Complaint.
今天我们来到的是商业英语的第2天我们来看到的呢，一样是我们这个长对话，处理客人投诉。
Yesterday, we started the dialogue with Sharon, who is the manager at a company, and Rodney, who works at a company and deals with customers. And somebody complained about Rodney. So Sharon came to talk to Rodney about his bad attitude and his behavior and find out what happened.
所以呢，我们呢昨天已经看到这个对话的 Day 1 的部分那么呢，这个 Sharon 是主管，他呢跟这个他的员工 Rodney 讲到有一个客人对他投诉，但是呢，显然事情并不是那个样子的，所以 Rodney 呢，他到这个对话的最后跟这个 Sharon 讲说，可不可以让我看一下完整的投诉，因为他想要解释一下。
Now, remember, the customer was a woman.She complained about Rodney being impolite. He was being rude or not polite. And she said he raised his voice to her.
对。
So Rodney asked to see the complaint, and now we're going to find out what happens today. Looking at the first part, Sharon returns a few moments later to show Rodney the complaint.So she comes back with the complaint in her hand.
所以呢，我们来看到今天的对话是承接昨天所以呢，既然呢 Rodney 跟 Sharon 说，可不可以让我看一下完整的这个投诉的内容？所以 Sharon 呢，他呢，在这个过了一会儿之后呢，他就带着这个完整的投诉回来给 Rodney 看。
So Sharon starts out. She says, "So what happened?"Why did she write this complaint? Because remember, an official complaint to the office means she didn't just say something, she wrote something down, which seems much more serious.
所以呢，这个 Sharon 就说，那所以到底发生什么事呢？他为什么会写下这份投诉呢？这份客诉呢？所以刚刚呢 Steve 老师提到说，用写的比起用说的，当然就比较正式所以呢，我们昨天有用到 official 正式这个字。
Rodney says, first, she was in a bad mood from the start.Now, in a bad mood. So she came in from the start means right in the very beginning. Okay? She was in a bad mood. She was not happy about something from the beginning.
所以呢，这里呢 Rodney 他看完这个投诉显然他已经完全记得了，所以他就开始讲，他说首先他呢从一开始叫做 from the start 他一开始呢就 in a bad mood. Mood 是情绪的意思，那加了一个 bad 当然就是他从一开始他心情就不好。
And I want to let students know this phrase, in a bad mood,This is something that's very commonly used in English conversation. How are you today? I'm kind of in a bad mood today. That's what we would say to our friends.
我今天心情不太好。
Yeah. It's not always, I'm fine, thank you. And you? That's not very common. If it's somebody we know, we will talk about how we feel. So, I'm in a bad mood, or...Oh, today's a good day. I'm in a really good mood.
你可以把 bad 换成 good, 那就是我今天心情很好。
Yeah, so this is a good phrase to know. So first, she was in a bad mood from the start. I told her she needed the receipt to prove she bought the television at our store. Now here, he could have said, I told her she needed a receipt. But...He uses the receipt because he's talking now about a product that she brought him. You need the receipt for that TV.
That's right.
So to prove that you bought it at our store.
所以通常退换货本来就是这样哦。这个 Rodney 他说，我告诉他哦，就这个客人，他需要呢那个这个收据这里的 the 刚刚 Steve 老师提出来了，为什么用定冠词？因为呢，指的就是他想要退货的那个收据所以呢，用 the 那个收据，什么收据呢？就是那个商品的收据来证明他买的这台电视机是在我们的店里买的所以这里的 to prove 就是要证明的意思。
We also learned something else in this sentence. What was the product she was trying to exchange?
The television.
A television, right? Okay, so now Sharon says, did she have any documents for the item? Sometimes we could say documents. You could say, did she have any paperwork for the item? A warranty or anything like that. A warranty is what they give you, sometimes when you buy something like a TV or a new refrigerator, 冰箱, they will ask you if you want to buy a 2-year warranty to add to it. So if anything goes wrong, it will be fixed, but you have to buy it now.
That's right.
Yeah.
所以呢，接着他就说，这个 Sharon 就问了他说，那他有没有任何的文件是来给这个东西的，就是这台电视机的任何文件呢？比如说是一个这个保固书啦warranty 保固书，或者是任何类似的东西呢？
Rodney says no, nothing at all. She had nothing, just the TV.
然后呢 Rodney 就回答他说没有什么都没有。
She didn't even have the TV in its packaging. Okay, the packaging, we wouldn't say in its package, okay? Because when we add the ing, the packaging for something is the thing that it is packaged in. Now, what is a TV packaged in? The packaging would be a box,
对
and in the box would be like styrofoam to hold the TV in place.
等等的。
Yeah, styrofoam, S-T-Y-R-O-F-O-A-M. That in Chinese is 保丽龙, the little white stuff that holds the TV in the box.
保丽龙
Yeah, 保丽龙. That's styrofoam.
所以呢，接下来呢，他就讲到说，他呢什么都没有，所以没有到什么程度呢？他说他甚至没有把电视装在他原本的包装里所以这里的 packaging 指的是那个包装。
Okay, so it wasn't even in the box. That's kind of crazy too, right?
对
It wasn't even
搬着一台电视来
Yeah, it wasn't even in the box. So, and then he says she kept saying that she bought it before Christmas. So he says, do you have the receipt? No, I bought it before Christmas. Do you have the warranty or anything? No, I bought it before Christmas. I don't have that stuff. Okay, do you have the box that it came in? No, I bought it before Christmas. That's why he says she kept saying that she bought it before Christmas.
没错，所以呢，这里的 kept我们可以翻译成一直或一再的。好，他一再的说呢，他是在圣诞节前买的。那一再的说表示他不只说一次，所以刚刚 Stevie 老师才会演出来就是呢，他讲了好几次，就是一直重复，他就是在圣诞节前买的。这个时候你的英文就可以说 She kept saying.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take a quick break here and move on to the next part. All right, we are back looking at the next part of our dialogue. Now Sharon asks, did you try to explain our policy on returns and exchanges? A policy of a company or a store is basically their rules that they have for something.
对 Sharon 他就讲了，他说那你有没有试着去跟他 explain 是解释的意思，解释什么呢？我们在退货或换货上面的规定，这里的 policy 一般我们常见到它是讲政策，但是呢所以有一些国外的官网你会看到它会用政策这2个字，可是其实它是规定的意思所以我们的退货或换货的规定，你有没有试着跟他解释呢？
And Rodney says, yes, of course. And I never told her to leave the store.I did not tell her to leave.
所以 Rodney 说有啊，当然有，而且呢，我从来都没有叫她离开我们的店。
So then he says, I advised her to find a receipt or warranty information, then come back to the store. So he told her, ma'am, I'm sorry. If you want to exchange the TV,you need to find the receipt or some warranty information, something to prove you bought it here. Then come back to the store and we'll help you.
对，所以他其实不是叫他离开店里，他是建议他，这里的 advice 是一个动词我建议了他呢，干嘛呢？回去找到一个收据或者是保固的一个这个资料之后呢，然后再回到我们的店里。
Now, Sharon says, is it true that you never raised your voice?
所以 Sharon 就问了，他说，那么这件事是不是真的？什么事呢？ That 后面的那个子句就是你从来没有提高你的音量，这件事是真的吗？
Now, Rodney, he's being honest. He says, okay, to be honest, I did raise my voice a bit.Just a little bit. I did get a little excited. I raised my voice a bit.
所以 Rodney 就回答他了，他说好啦老实说叫做 to be honest 我呢确实是有提高了一点点音量，所以他这里加了一个 a bit 一点点，不是很多这样子。
And then he says she was being very unreasonable and making a scene.Okay, to be unreasonable, well, it's the opposite of reasonable. Okay, what would reasonable be in Chinese?
就是很理性的。
Okay, 理性, right? So she wasn't being reasonable and she was making a scene. Now, I want you to picture if you've seen this in a store or a restaurant. Oftentimes, it could maybe be an older lady or an older man. You're in the store, and they're saying, well, I've already been here. I'm waiting for my food for half an hour. And they say, you just ordered your food 5 minutes ago. 等一下就会有. And they're like, oh, 你们这些人我是老客人我怎样的其实是很小事.
Yeah.
They get upset over something small, and they get really loud and upset, and they're not making sense, and we call that causing a scene. And some people think if they make a scene or cause a scene, that it will get them what they want. And
That's
so
right.
they do that. So he says she was being unreasonable, and she was making a scene.So she was probably doing that. I bought this TV here before Christmas, and I'm a good shopper here. I'm a good customer, and
blah, blah,
you
blah.
won't help me, and I want my money back or a new TV, and I can't believe your service is so bad. And she's probably being like that.
对对。所以呢，接下来呢，他就继续讲了为什么他会提高了一点音量呢？他说他当时非常的不可理喻，叫做 unreasonable 你没有办法用理性跟他沟通，就叫做 unreasonable 嘛所以呢 un 的字首是相反 那么 reasonable 本身是理性的，所以他当时非常的不可理喻，而且呢 making a scene， 当你 making a scene 的时候呢，就表示第一，你是在大庭广众之下大呼小叫，而且呢，你是在把一个很小的事情可能搞得好像很大很大。通常有这两种状况，你就可以用 making a scene， 或者刚刚 Stevie 老师说的 causing a scene.
Yeah, cause, C-A-U-S-E, cause a scene. And then he says, I was trying to be civil when she started yelling. So I was trying to be civil. To say I was trying to be civil means I was trying to have manners and be polite and stay calm.
对
You know, to talk to somebody, ma'am, I'm sorry. Ma'am, you need to calm down. So that is being civil.
对
Okay. He said, I was trying to be civil when she started yelling. So she started yelling at him.
所以呢，他接着说，我呢，当时是试着要呢，很这个客气很有礼貌的，很文明的去这个对待他，但当时呢，他已经开始在这个大叫了。
Okay, we'll take one more quick break and then find out what happens. All right, we are back. Now, Rodney just said, okay, I raised my voice a little bit because she was a terrible person. No, he didn't say that.
That's our feelings.
Yeah, but now Sharon says, okay, despite the circumstances. This kind of means even though I understand what happened here. Despite the circumstances, the situation, I cannot allow my employees to yell at customers, even if they are being difficult. So even if this customer is being difficult, you can't yell at our customers. You can't raise your voice to them.
所以 Sharon 他就要来下结论了他说，那尽管 despite 尽管虽然情况 the circumstances 就是这整个情况是这个样子，是你说的这样，我还是不能够 allow 是允许我的员工们呢去 yell 是大叫，然后对谁你用一个 at 去接那个大叫的对象，所以 yell at customers 就是对客人大叫。尽管这个 they 是指这些 customers， 这个客人呢是很难搞的这里的 being difficult， 什么叫 being difficult？ 那个 difficult 是困难的意思，所以这个客人很困难，很难处理，就是很难搞的意思。
Rodney says, I understand. I'm sorry for the way I behaved.
所以 Rodney 说我了解啦我很抱歉呢我这样子的一个行为的这个方式。
Sharon says, thank you for your honesty. Thank you for being honest with me.
所以呢 Sharon 他首先说谢谢你的诚实。
I recognize that this was a tough situation. I understand this was a difficult situation, but I am still going to suspend you from working at the information desk for a few weeks. She doesn't say suspend him from work. I'm going to suspend you from working at the information desk, customer service.
对。
I'm taking you off the desk for a few weeks. You got to go work in the back.
对，所以呢，他说，那我当然也可以理解就是这是一个非常这个难处理 ，tough 是很艰难的、很难处理的状况，但是我还是必须要呢来 suspend you 就是停止你 from working。去做哪个部分的工作呢 ？At the information desk， 就是在这个前台服务台工作，这个部分我要停止你做几个礼拜。
And now Rodney says, "Huh? Seriously?
真的吗？真的假的？这样，所以可能 Rodney 很不能接受这样子的一个。
Oh, I feel for Rodney in this one.
对啊。
Okay, so now we know what happened. We'll take one more quick break and come back with a review of our words and phrases. Looking at our words and phrases, the first phrase we saw was in a bad mood, and I'm sure Rodney is in a bad mood after getting suspended because of a rotten customer. Also, we talked about policy. Policy being the rules that a company makes for something. And we talked about advised. I advised her to, try and be more happy. That's easy, right? Mm-hmm. Also, we learned making a scene. Don't make a scene in a public place. It's not very civil. Civil is another good word, to be polite in public situations or with other people. We also talked about yelling. So don't yell at people either. That's not nice. And we talked about the word behave or behaved. And we talked about honesty. Be honest. Have a little honesty. And, well, that's all we have for today. So I'm going to raise my voice and say bye!
Bye!
See you next time.
Bye-bye.